The funny thing is so we're approaching 120 days.
Love it.
And what I'm loving about it is when we started, it was all work. So he's started doing a documentary about my life and the gaslighting attempt on my life. And now all of that footage means something a little different because we're in a relationship.
Yes.
And when I tell you, all of this shit would have broke normal people up.
Mm-hmm.
In their 20s, definitely.
Right.
In their 30s, maybe hold out because they've been impatient in the past. But at 45 up, we ain't for the foolery.
No, period.
Like, I love you. But
Yes.
you keep that shit that came with you. Matter of fact, you can take it back out the door.
Right. See,
I've been alone this, I'll be all right.
all right, for
You
real,
know?
without that drama.
Exactly. And most people would consider what me and Wolf have been through pure drama.
Okay.
And yet, no. Not these, it's not that effect. We deal with the drama, and then we tune out, and we tune into us. And so us is great.
That's
the
right.
drama sucks.
Right.
But us is great. And that's how I know that I've gotten to a level of maturity that I've never been at before in my life. Because I'm literally now not imprinting the catastrophe of a situation onto my partner. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was talking with him. I'm a Landmark graduate.
Okay.
I don't know if you know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I
Landmark
must know.
Education, Landmark Worldwide.
That's dope. Love it.
And I love that organization.
Love
it
it.
really, if it wasn't for Landmark, I would not have survived coming out of the industry, and I definitely wouldn't have been able to comprehend taking it on to transform it. Without Landmark, that would not have happened. It really taught me distinction and really focusing on what matters rather than what we make things matter. Because that's what I learned in Landmark. Human beings, we're meaning-making machines. We make things mean something. And when I was first talking to Odell about it, he was like, what do you mean? And I'm like, you know what? Let me explain it to you. So here, I'm going to create a little scenario.
Okay.
Just Landmark in action, right?
Okay, let's do it.
All right, so I'm going to shake your hand.
Okay.
And you're going to, like, kind of shake it, but pull it away really fast,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? My name's Jaguar. Oh, okay. Now, what's happening in your mind? What's happening in my mind?
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Instantly, I'm like, oh, this fucking bitch thinks she too good for me.
Right. And
All
I'm
that's
thinking,
happening.
I don't want to touch you if that's the case. If I'm
Possibly.
acting like that. Or what is she
Here's
thinking? Or
even
she's too
more.
good. Or she's too good.
But wait a minute.
Racist?
Here's even more of a even more fucked up situation.
What?
You were being clumsy earlier this morning and you dropped something on your hand and hurt your hand.
Wow. Gotcha.
And your hand was tender.
And you
right?
don't want to, right.
And you didn't want to let anybody know that you hurt yourself because, of course, you don't want to seem weak in a business situation.
Gotcha.
So you didn't bandage it up. You didn't wear a brace. You're going to play it like your hand is okay.
Right.
But yet when you went instinctively to go reach for my hand and shake my hand, when I grabbed it, it hurt. So
Right.
you pulled it away.
Wow. Love it.
Now, look at this. The person who's hiding their injury isn't going to correct that other person's bad thought because they're worried about being judged for being weak.
Right.
The person who got the hand snatched away from them is now judging this person, thinking something's wrong with them and that they're showing disdain for them. None of this shit is real.
Right. It's all made up. I got you. I feel you.
None of this shit is real. So it's we something will happen. We'll make these feelings about it, and then we'll take those feelings and we'll attach it to what happened. And now we got a story, and now we got a complaint.
Right.
A persistent complaint. Something that'll work. Anytime anything similar like this comes up, you get to pull that thing out. And none of it was real.
Right, I got you. And you walk away mad because you felt like they didn't shake your hand, but really they just didn't tell you that they were injured. They didn't want to share their
because
weakness.
they didn't want to show you. They didn't want to be vulnerable with you, and you didn't want to let them know how insecure you were.
Right.
Because the only reason that would bother you is if you were insecure.
Right.
Because even if I thought it was whack, a secure person would be like, "You're lost,"
Right.
and walk off.
Right.
Not walk off. Ugh, you know. So, I guess my whole point for that is, in the midst of all of this craziness in my relationship, working and personal, none of those crazy things that happen have imprinted onto our relationship. We deal with them, we leave them there, and then we're us. And that, like, knowing that you're finally mature enough to have the love you want, that's a big deal.
That's a very big deal.
That's a big deal.
Listen,
yeah.
especially in today's time with social media, access to so many different things, people from the past to the present to the people you don't even know because you posted
We were just
something.
listening to a virtual love triangle where no one has met anyone, and there's a guy involved, there's two women, they're all content creators. The guy was the larger content creator. Both of the girls were depending on his YouTube, whatever, to build them up. And come to turn out, he's nothing like he said. He's a total fraud, and he's in a wheelchair.
Right. Yeah, I know.
There's a lot of sickly people doing a lot of damage on the YouTube.
True.
Like, like almost everyone in the troll farm that we've come into contact with, that we've uncovered, is either like collecting some kind of check, some kind of psycho, or what's the other thing? Some kind of scam artist or fraud, or some kind of groomer. Like,
true.
And they're all like handicapped, failed singers, failed actors. I wish I were. I almost made it to Star Search before they discontinued it. If there had been one more season, I would have won.
Right.
There's a lot of that on YouTube. So what I'm starting to realize is people like yourself who have a real public figure, platform life, me.
Yes.
They see us as threats.
Come on now.
Because they talk to us and they talk about us.
Right.
But if we're there to debunk the false stories that they're trying to put, then that does what? It cuts off their money.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's wild. Like, the economy has to be bad. I didn't realize how many people were dependent on that AdSense check to make sense.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people faking the funk. They'll come in dressed to the nines and park their car 10 blocks down the street because they didn't want nobody to see them.
Oh, I know somebody that did that.
Me too.
Recently, the day me and Odell met, he pulled that stunt.
Really?
Matter of fact, he tried to lie and pretend like he bought all my hats and stuff, and he didn't. One of my mods sent him the money so that he could buy me the hat, and he only got me one hat. I had to pay for the other one, and he spent the rest of the money on his haircut at Millennium.
Really?
Like, these kids are funny.
Oh, wow.
I liked it so much better when the dude showed up on the train and you didn't know whether or not he was going back to a classic 6 or to number 6 on the bottom back door at the projects.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because and I grew up in Philly. You know what I mean? And so I was hanging out in Philly, New York, Jersey, D.C., Baltimore. Very, very, very big public transportation cities. So, like, you don't judge a guy by the car. You judge the guy by his shoes, his winter coat. It's different because everyone gets on and off the train.
Absolutely.
And until you welcome someone home, you got that mystery.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Is this guy everything he says he is, or is he totally full of shit?
Right.
And sometimes when you get that invitation back, turns out this motherfucker balling in a hole.
Right.
He just likes training it because it's the city thing to do.
Right.
Or you got this guy, he struggles to make his bus pass every month. You know what I mean?
Right. He's trying to sneak in through the gate.
But see, in that little window of time, that guy has the opportunity to show you him.
Right.
And maybe you won't mind that he's at the projects. We don't have that no more.
Right. And you know what?
We got all fraud, fake troll shit, and freaking, oh my God, yeah. Oh my God. Catfishing has become like speed dating. Like catfishing is the new speed dating.
Right. You're right. People taking pictures places they not at. They like, I'm out of town and they really at home. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, it's a lot of AI games being played.
Passport stamps.
Whoa.
AI passport. Like, it's getting that serious.
That's crazy to me.
Like, can you imagine if you was in a relationship with a girl and that you met on social media and then come to find out the whole thing was AI? And it was some dude named Geraldo.
Right. And he couldn't wait to talk to you every afternoon.
You know what I'm saying? We're coming there. No, a lot of these trans guys out here, you know, or girls. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of these trans, they're creating AI personalities to court the guys that they want.
Right.
Hoping to get them to fall in love with them virtually and then letting them know that they're trans.
Right.
But having the AI relationship first.
Right.
That's fucking freaky as shit.
That's crazy. But it's like a lure into, right? Because now you know the person, you've grown to like them.
What if you fell in love with Bobby, but then when you went to go meet Bobby, it was Bertha?
Man, I'm running. Bertha, I'm gone, baby. I don't mess with Bertha.
Oh my God. No, but that's where we are.
No, it happens. I know someone that thinks they're dating Eminem, the rapper, and they send him money, and then I'm like, they're like, yeah, his money's in a storage, and I pay the money to show I'm down. I said, well, you've been down a long time now.
She need to call Marshall. Marshall will go and get all of that money back for her and be glad to keep it and accept it in real time.
Well, I wish that can happen. Marshall, if you're watching, look up. Keeping it real with me, Jaguar, hook it up.
I had a friend that was having a secret relationship with a famous DJ that I knew. You want to know how strange it is to hear her side and then to hear his side?
Wow. Night and day.
Night and day.
Yeah, I've seen that happen.
They are mad. She showed me the tweets and she interpreted them for me.
Okay.
What they meant. The code language they shared between the two of them. Mm-hmm. And then when I asked him about the tweets, he showed me that it was the code word to be able to get into his secret DJ party. So the secret DJ party code to be able to make it to his private, you know, she interpreted this into love notes specifically for her. And yeah, like it got bad. Like she started stalking him, like asking him, why are you denying me in public?
You know what?
And no.
You know what you mean to me.
Yeah.
We've been
and you gonna love me.
Yeah, you gonna love it.
Yeah, people need to listen to how she sang that song. She was yelling it for a reason because that nigga had locked the door.
Right.
She was like, that song sounds so empowering until you think about her with all of her shit in the hallway and on the banister and her locked out. And this nigga talking about, I'm calling the cops right now. Like, can you imagine?
Right.
Love me. Love me. Bitch, shut the fuck up.
What she say? You know what?
Yeah, you hear her? She threatening me right now.
Right. Okay.
Ain't she a terrorist? Is love bombing. Like, it's just, I don't think we really pay attention to the things we really need to pay attention to.
No, really. I
mean, look at Ben and Jen. Have you been keeping up with it?
No, tell me a little bit more. I know that
the divorce is going down.
Yes, I know about that.
And it's getting ugly.
Right, I heard about it.
So now Ben has all of his celebrity white girls talking about what a shitbag J-Lo is and that he's a great guy.
Whoa.
Meanwhile, these are all the white women that said he's a fucking narcissist and should not be allowed to date anything other than livestock. But they think, even though he should not be allowed to date anything other than livestock, he definitely didn't deserve Jennifer Lopez.
No.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hampton, not feeling the Lowskis.
Mm-hmm.
They want her moved around.
Mm.
And apparently, whatever film project was supposed to be projecting with Matt Damon, they're no longer, this is not viable.
Really? So things have changed.
J-Lo's is not viable for their circle of Ocean 11s.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That sucks. She was really hoping that was going to pay out.
Right. Man, that's crazy.
And now she is ready to go all in on him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. She's going through a lot of things, though. She has the Pop Puffy situation.
Karma is terrible.
Wow.
Want to know what's funny? All she would have to do is tell the truth. She could bring a sense of peace back to Natanya Rubin's life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because it's not that she needs to be vindicated and it's not that she needs to be validated, but people really do need to understand that woman wasn't lying, and for over 20 years she has not been lying. For over 20 years she has given the same details. For over 20, how does this woman stand up for what happened against her that night in that club and J-Lo call herself a human being and not do anything?
Right. Right.
Like, even if all you did was cut her a $5 or a $10 million check and say, I wish I could do more, but at least for your struggle and for your cause.
Right.
I do not want this to happen to anyone ever again. That would have spoke volumes,
Mm-hmm.
but you've done nothing. And anytime J-Lo is asked about Natanya Rubin, she is so cold and callous. And until she do right by Natanya Rubin, I don't think anything is going to happen good for her.
Yeah. Yeah, that woman, she said she saw who it wasn't.
And she saw who pulled the gun out of their pocketbook.
Right.
Until she do right by that woman.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the person who she owes something to.
Right.
That black woman.
Mm-hmm.
That God-fearing black woman who just so happened to be there that night when all of that popped off.
Ain't that crazy?
She wasn't drinking, newly saved. But the devil knows how to mess with, what he needs to mess with. But God also, I believe he puts certain people into position because he knows they're strong enough to stand the test of time and to be there for the testimony.
Yes.
And people like her, people like me, it's wild. I just did an interview back home in Dallas on the blue couch.
Okay. That's right. That's right. Hey, you got your award. Congratulations.
Oh, I'm so happy for the platform.
That is so great.
And I'm so happy for Dallas.
Ooh.
But we brought Jonathan Hay to the couch.